To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Hello everyone and welcome to the WDW Fanboys Podcast.
Hello.
I'm Johnathen Hopkins and I'm joined by my two co-hosts, Brett Bennett and Spencer Coleman.
Hello. Yes,
and
you are.
Today is Sunday, August 18th, and this will be episode 182. Our show is sponsored by Pixie Vacations. Pixie Vacations is an authorized Disney travel agent. They offer fee-free bookings to Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Lines, and Adventures by Disney. You can find links to their site on our homepage, or you can give them a call directly at 678-815-1584. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit of rumblings that are going on after D23 and
Lots of things.
just a couple other things, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right. Oh, yay.
Yay.
What do we start with?
So
No, not that. The other thing. Oh,
okay.
that one thing.
I don't know, man.
All right, you know what? Let's talk about a recent incident that happened on Walt Disney World Monorail. That
Yes.
I'm sure our listeners would be quite entertained. If they were there, they would have been extremely amused because I was to a point. I actually felt bad for a moment, which is why I reacted. But
Unless they were me.
you were, that's why I reacted, because I saw you were not as amused as I was.
Yeah.
Anyways, we boarded the monorail at the TTC, Johnathen and I, and we had the whole car to ourselves. We were in one half of the car when I, of course, jumped out to the other half, so we could each be in separate sections, but the same car. We sat completely opposite ends, and we were just making faces and amusing each other, and he was dancing on his pole, and I was videotaping it. Anyways, when we got to the next stop, like I usually try to amuse cast members, a cast member that walked by, he was elderly and he looked pretty beat up with all the band-aids and stuff on him.
Aww.
I think he was just aching for death, but
Oh.
I should have caught on very quickly that he wasn't going to find it as humorous as I would have, or another cast member, or pretty much anyone else on the planet.
Oh.
I pointed out to him, I said, "Excuse me, sir," and I said it in as much of a annoying, childish way I could to relay the joke. I said, "Excuse me, that person over there is making faces at me," figuring he would maybe question me or get in on the joke immediately, because that's what it was. Well, he looked over at Johnathen, who wasn't paying attention. He got out of my half of the car, got into Jonathan's half of the car, walked up to Johnathen, and I'm waiting for him to say something humorous because, again, it was a very oddly amusing predicament if you were there. Anyways, he went up to Johnathen and literally got in his face and said, "Do we have a problem here?"
Yeah. Dude, I'm going to have to call security.
Yeah. When I didn't really hear what he said, but I saw Jonathan's face and the reaction. I immediately jumped up and said, No, I'm kidding. He's a friend of mine. I was just kidding."
Yeah.
Because I realized that in my wildest dreams, I never would have seen this going awry the way it did with anybody. I mean, I can't imagine anybody that would have taken it opposite the way I thought. So, anyways, he turned his attention towards me and just let me know what a very serious matter this was, and not to do anything like that again. And I agreed with him. I apologized just to get him on his way back to killing kittens or stepping on puppies or something. And after he had left, I had asked Johnathen what exactly he said, which is when he told me. And I found it really unsettling that, first of all, something said like that, even if he didn't get how I phrased it, something said like that, which was, "Somebody's making faces at me," would cause somebody to immediately confront the supposed antagonizer and say something like that. Number one. Number two, again, I can't believe he didn't get the joke, but he went up to who he was considering just another random guest, got in the guest's face and said, "Do we have a problem here?" I I don't see that being the Disney way. I mean, maybe Epcot SWAT, which I'm sure people will verify that could happen there. You wouldn't be too surprised if it happened there, even though it's still wrong. But this happened on the monorail, and this person was stationed at the Polynesian, where he's doing nothing but assisting guests all day. And I was very, very surprised that Disney had reacted. It's not like it was September 12th, 2001. It wasn't like
We're still in that world, though.
Sort of, but that's, we're in that world to protect ourselves, but to immediately think anybody is a terrorist is...
Well, he didn't come out and say I was a terrorist or anything like that. Basically...
When he walked away, he said you were a terrorist. You didn't hear him.
Yeah. No, it's... And this is where my side of it is I get he was joking and everything, but the problem is it's Disney, and it would be like if Brett was a girl and I was making faces at him in the same situation. It's the same thing because...
You calling me a girl?
No, what I'm saying is I could be making you uncomfortable. Just like if it was some random guest I didn't know that was making weird faces at me, I would tell, the platform attendant, hey, listen, this dude's eyeing me,
Right, and I understand. I told you, I understand that, and I completely can see that side of things. But if it were me, and I didn't know you, and you were really doing that, I would have just gotten off the next stop.
But that's you.
And I understand. I understand what you're saying. That's me. I'm not like normal people. But in this case, let's say he really wasn't sure if I was kidding or not, or he did think I was serious. If he had said to me something like, "Are you serious?" or "Did he really do that?" or even just one question would have led me to believe he doesn't get this as a joke, and I immediately would have ended it right there and said, "I was just kidding, I'm sorry to bother you." But that didn't happen that way. He immediately, after I said what I said to him, he immediately stood up and he walked over to you, and he did get confrontational with you by saying, "Do we have a problem here?" And just in case you don't think I imagine on a train, just walk up to some random person and go, make sure he's bigger than you. "Do we have a problem here?" And see if you walk away without a punch in the face. Not saying you would have done that, but I'm just saying, for anyone to be confrontational like that, whether you're a cast member, it doesn't matter.
It was
a bigger risk.
It was wrong how he did it, but I understand why he did it, because he doesn't know. Right. He doesn't know the situation, doesn't know the whole situation. He doesn't know me from anyone. I could be crazy. Right. I could have jumped across that car and stabbed you in the throat. He didn't know. So he's got to take anything that another guest says serious. And he probably could have done it a better way than just coming right at me, and that's what freaked me out, because I was completely off guard.
Well, that was my big concern with this whole fiasco, was how he approached you. Again, I think it would have been eliminated had he shown some common sense and maybe questioned me. Why is an adult male concerned that another adult male is, quote, making faces at him? That's it. Not he's making threatening faces at me. He's making suggestive faces. Just making. I tried to make the comment as general as possible so nothing could be misconstrued, which it was. But again, the fact somebody I was just relaying another incident that happened the next day, which was yesterday. Well, more than that since when this is airing. But somebody was pointing out. Well, the situation was I was meeting up with Johnathen, and I were meeting up with Ryan Barr, Chris Wakefield, Daniel Bennett, and
Donna Angela.
Thank you. At Magic Kingdom. Well, when I got there, I wanted to get something to eat. They wanted to go on an attraction, so I went to go get something to eat. Went to Sleepy Hollow. Decided to go to the Sleepy Hollow stand on the other side of Hall of Presidents and get a Coke. Well, thinking I'm being smart, I went to the bottom of the ice, thinking I'm getting the coldest Coke. Got a Coke. It felt cold. Bought it. Went back to eat. As soon as I cracked open the Coke, I took one little sip and it was warm. So I closed it up, finished my meal, went back over to Sleepy Hollow and said, I didn't know, but when I got this Coke that I felt cold, it was warm. Is there any way you can help me out here? I didn't want to be presumptive, but knowing it's Disney, I figured they would have helped me out.
Yeah.
So the two cast members, and they were older than me, a little bit older than me, so they weren't college kids. Both of them had said, well, one of them said, oh, well, to rotate stock, they put the warm ones in the bottom. And I said, well, that makes sense. I said, I wish I had known that, but I must have come 5 minutes after they put it in because it felt cold. He said, well, unfortunately, since you already opened it, there's not much we can do. So why don't you just go to, and they both had said the same thing at this time, why don't you just go to Sleepy Hollow, get a cup of ice? So I looked at them thinking this was a joke, because I'm sure anybody listening is thinking the same thing I was thinking. And I looked at them and I said, really? And they said, yeah, they'll just give you a cup of ice there. And I looked at them again and I said, yeah, all right, fine. And I walked away. Well, my GAC card, I'll probably have that for another couple weeks, expired last week. So I had to go get a new one anyway. Went to guest relations, got a new GAC card, and I told them I had 2 concerns. So they said, what's the second one? She was very nice. I said, told her the story about the cold. She said, well, that wasn't a very Disney response. I said, exactly, that's why I'm bringing it to your attention. So she instantly gave me a coupon for another drink. What?
Coupon.
Thank you. For another drink, and apologized, and I told her, don't worry about it. I said it happens, but I forget who I was telling the story to after that had happened, and they were reminding me how in the previous years between 9/11 and the downfall of the economy, Disney was buying out a lot of the older employees' contracts, getting rid of them, and then hiring younger, newer cast members for less pay. Well, unfortunately, without the people that have been there such a long time, a lot of people don't still have the Disney passion. That are these people that have been there for decades. That it is their life to be there. And these new people come in, and it's a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them, it's just a job to them. And they don't have the passion or the care or the concern. And you can even say, well, it's the end of tourist season, they're probably worn out. Well, too bad, I'm worn out in my job all the time. But I know I let one customer have it at Costco, they go and complain, and I'll move to another store or look for another job.
Yeah. Yeah. So as Brett was saying, we went to, which would be Wednesday, we went to also Universal with another fan of the show, Anthony Suckmcblog.
Yes.
And finally got to ride Transformers. I kind of, now I've got an argument with Universal. Beautiful park and everything looks cool, and the Transformer ride was awesome. The problem was, why is it not working half the time?
What happened when we first went in?
Yeah, when we first went in single rider, and we got right up to the beginning. But what had happened is the ride was already shut down, and then we waited for about 30 minutes, and then they were like, "Oh, we're resetting the bus bar and re-energizing it, and it'll be up in a minute." Then they did their stupid little Transformers chant for everyone, and handed out some jelly beans, and then
Wait, jelly beans?
Yeah. And then another 30 minutes went by.
If anyone's wondering, Anthony does not like the Jelly Belly popcorn flavored jelly beans.
Ooh.
Or the cinnamon ones, but more the popcorn one.
Yeah, popcorn he ate.
Accidentally ate one, and we had to hear about it for 40 minutes.
Well, and so we decided to leave, and then we came back, and we were actually able to ride it, and it was good. And actually, we scored again with single rider line. All 3 of us were in the same vehicle. They just started filling up empty spots and everything. So that was pretty good.
Yeah,
little pro tip. I don't suggest this, but if you want a really cool pair of glasses from Transformers as a souvenir, on the left-hand side there's a black piece of tape that actually has the RFID in it. If you just slide that off, you could get one of those glasses. I don't recommend it, but there you have it.
And if you
the more you know.
If you sift through the glasses, you might find one that already has it removed.
Yes.
I'm just guessing though. I don't know that for sure.
You probably have 3 pairs.
Where do they check the RFID at?
The RFID is probably through the doorway. Is where it'll
probably get things like
it's passive RFID. It's not like active RFID or anything. It's just a little sticker that peels right off. But it's kind of smart, you know.
blends right in.
you know,
didn't see it at first.
I know of people that have borrowed glasses from Disney's 3D theaters as souvenirs. So, but and, I mean, they're really nice 3D glasses. I mean, it's a thick lens and everything else. It's actually like, you know, heavy duty stuff. Which is also funny because Anthony was yelling at people under his breath about wearing the glasses before you're on the attraction because it will screw up your eyes after prolonged using those. But it was a fun attraction.
At Universal, I was shocked as well.
Yeah,
They were there.
If you're wondering where I was this week,
Oh,
while they're doing all
working.
these fun things. No, Monday night at around 11 o'clock, I had to go to the...
Monday night.
No, exactly. I was at the emergency room Monday night.
Oh, that's right.
At about 11 o'clock,
Sorry,
me and Hopkins went to
Oh.
Typhoon Lagoon
Yeah.
on Monday, which we'll talk about in a second. But at one point in the wave pool, I went under, I guess pretty deep during a wave. I just felt this huge pressure build up in my ear. I came up. It was painful, but it
Typhoon Lagoon, how deep do you go?
I don't know. We were in the deep section.
yeah.
And it was pretty painful, but the pain subsided, and then until I went to sleep that night, and then I maybe went to sleep for a few minutes. I don't even know. And then just the pain was unbearable. I was up and I was around for 30 minutes before
You know what it was?
Oh, what?
Well, you had the pain in your ear. You were trying to see inside, so you lit a Q-tip.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
No, but finally I had to go to the hospital. Went to the ER celebration. Very nice ER. That's where they take everybody from Walt Disney World. And there was lots of people from Walt Disney World. At least 6 or 7 people there that had fallen down at Walt Disney World, slipped and fallen down. And it was very nice ER. They diagnosed me with an inner ear, what was it? Infection, that's right. And then also with strep throat. So that was fun
Strep
too.
throat too? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
so fun at the same time. But the antibiotic they gave me,
They
took
need
care
more
of both.
chlorine in that wave pool.
Exactly.
No.
Good job.
No.
nice.
I poured it wrong.
But yeah,
glass.
funny story in the ER, the people right in front of us checking in.
Was there a lawyer in the waiting room?
No,
Yeah.
surprisingly. Yeah,
Bob,
Angelo was
you
there.
Angelo.
Angelo.
Yeah.
Angela was in there.
You slipped? Come here for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You at Walt Disney World? Here's my card.
Yep.
I can also plan your next vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be in the house. Disney sponsored. Imagine though, seriously, if you were in an ambulance chaser,
Yeah.
how many
Oh, yeah.
clients you could get
Yeah.
in that way. They'd kick you out in an hour, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually,
It wasn't done.
oh, go ahead.
But
An ear infection. How much more? Can you
no,
do?
I was just talking about the boy in front of us in the line.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he couldn't have. He was young, probably a teenager, late teens or whatever, still in high school, and he had hurt his leg pretty bad or something, fallen at Disney World, and he was in a wheelchair. And his mom, who was an older lady, was on the phone waiting with him at the ER, and we were doing all our pre-paperwork, and we were sitting right by him, and you could hear her talking on the phone, talking to a family member, and said, "Yeah, we were at Disney World, and he slipped and fell. Yeah, at Disney World. Yeah, we are. And then he slipped and fell, and now he's crying again.
He's like a small child.
He's crying.
I blame you,
He's
husband.
like, come on, he's sitting right there. And he's like, take care of him.
Your girl jeans have ruined my boy.
I gotta tell you, if you ever want to see what the future generation is going to be like and how screwed we all are, go to Walt Disney World. See how some of these parents who should have been sterilized.
With leashes on their children.
I can handle the leash part, but I mean just how they explode on their children, they scream and yell at their children. But the situation you saw reminded me when I had something left over from the flu, so I went to get some antibiotics at Clinic Care, right outside Disney,
Yeah.
right across from Crossroads. And I'm waiting, and this lady comes in, and she's a lady and her husband, and she was obnoxious as it was. She was from out of state, but her daughter, from what I overheard, daughter was about 19, 20 and had Down syndrome, which was hard enough as it is, I'm sure, but
Right.
she was doing nothing but berating the child indirectly because the child got some sort of rash on her arm. And they just got here and they haven't even checked in and they wanted to go on their dinner reservations and blah blah blah, and she's complaining to the staff there, like the staff can do anything.
Right.
I mean, at the most, they're going to give them a free ride back to their hotel as soon as they're done on the Disney shuttle. But she's going on, and after the fourth time, I literally bit through my tongue, not wanting to say anything, because A, she's making such a scene and commotion in an area that nobody can do anything, nor do they care. Number two, the poor daughter wanted to crawl inside a hole. She was just devastated. She's already in a situation where she has Down syndrome, so I'm sure her life is difficult enough as it is. She doesn't need this crap on top of it. And, I didn't know who was worse, the mother or the father. The mother who wouldn't shut up, or the father who passively just stood there and let the mother act like this. I mean, it's like, Dad, why don't you grow a pair and maybe put her in her place and let her know you and your daughter are not going to tolerate this.
No.
But it's just, and I'm guessing since you saw the same thing, it must happen on a regular basis in those rooms. And it's just sad because, you know what, everybody paid a lot to come to Disney. Everybody wants to be on vacation. Everybody deserved to be here. You know what, crap happens. Get over it, move on. Of course, people should be hearing this, none of them listen to our show anyway.
So, anyways, as Spencer was saying, we went to Typhoon Lagoon. It was my first time going to Typhoon Lagoon. I got to go to Blizzard Beach because I haven't been there either.
Tell them the bonus. Tell them the bonus.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get into.
Right,
but thanks. So, anyways,
Balls of you did.
when I came down for the 24-hour event, I knew I was going to be going to a couple parks besides Magic Kingdom. We went to Hollywood Studios and everything else. And so I bought a non-Florida resident AP, just a regular one. And so, I moved down here and everything. And Spencer calls me. He's like, hey, I can get into Blizzard Beach and everything. Do you want to come in with me? I was like, well, I don't have a pass or anything. So I started searching on the site. And they actually do for Florida residents, if anyone's here that doesn't have it or doesn't know about it. If you're a Florida resident, you can get a pass for just the water parks for $62 a year, which covers both water parks, but it's after 2 that you can go to it. But, for $62 for that, it's not bad. That's actually pretty cheap considering it's Disney.
They close at 5, right?
Yeah, well, during winter time and everything.
Right now they're closing at 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, see, that's cool, but also, after 2 is when everyone starts packing up to leave. So if you go at 2 o'clock, within an hour or so, you're going to have that park.
Yeah, well, even...
We did every single attraction in 2 hours.
Yeah, we banged it out pretty quick. But the cool thing, so I went up to guest relations at Downtown Disney, and I just asked the lady, because I looked up what the premium pass for Florida resident was that covers the water parks. It's actually cheaper than what I paid for mine. So I was like, okay, I'll take the loss as long as they can upgrade me to it. So they did upgrade me to it, so now I have a premium Florida resident pass, but they gave me the $26 back difference on a gift card.
So that's Disney service.
Yeah,
right there. That's the Disney way right there.
And any Disney employee listeners, don't tell Disney this. So I got the pass in May, but she messed up. And so now my pass doesn't expire until August.
No, that's the way it's supposed to work. That's the story I told about mine.
Yeah.
When I came down and I went through hoops with all these different people, trying to convince them that it's not right to charge me for 6 months that I didn't get an annual pass.
Yeah.
And they insisted that it was. Well, after everything was all said and done, it was done whether they wanted to or not by renewing me at the time I upgraded.
Yeah.
So that's actually because, like I said, and I know that they technically...
Well, she told me that it was supposed to... She's like, well, it would expire in May. But then I checked online and it said August, so...
But that's the thing, because you upgraded in August, again, I said, I was telling some of the listeners of our show that are lawyers, I was explaining this situation to them, and while they didn't say that Disney was at fault, they did say that it was sort of, it could be considered a gray area. Well, if they did that to somebody who was a lawyer and wanted to fight it, that person could say, look, I upgraded at this time, you can only charge me for the time I have that upgraded pass. You can't make it retroactive because I didn't have that annual pass the 6 months before. And granted, that's putting it in a nutshell, but if they were to go in front of a judge and they were to put it into a 3-hour legal brief presentation...
Unless there's somewhere on the pass or the paperwork or somewhere on the site that specifically says that's non-transferable or anything like that.
But it's like, if it said if you upgrade, it is retro. But even then, I remember, and I was using this as an example when I was getting my free advice, Costco back in early 2000, they actually lost a lawsuit because what was happening is let's say that your Costco membership expired in January, and you went in and you didn't go to Costco for 3 months, you go in March to renew it. They renewed it January. And they got sued and they lost in a federal court because they were making people pay for 3 months. They weren't using that membership.
It's just like Blockbuster. Years later, apparently Blockbuster went through this major class action lawsuit for late fees and everything. I ended up getting like a check for $300.
Nice.
Just because of late fees that I ended up paying.
Wow.
And because I would borrow their VHS tapes and keep them forever. And then return them later on, and I'd have like a huge fine. And then I would just cancel that Blockbuster account and somehow still get a Blockbuster account at another location. There was a point where
you're why they went out of business.
I had to drive, like my other buddy was the same way. We had to drive like 20, 30 miles away just to rent VHS tapes. Because we just weren't paying late fees.
Yeah. You should just start at the 20, 30 mile one and then make your way back.
Well... Yeah, at least they don't have that problem anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Womp womp.
Blockbuster's gone.
Yep.
They just don't know it yet.
Except for that one in South Park.
Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm happy about that. Now we can go to Disney Quest and see the.
By yourself, because nobody else has a premium annual pass.
Yeah. I can.
Now I'm gonna have to upgrade.
Bang that out in 10 minutes.
I'm gonna have to go right to somebody who knows what they're doing, not the people I went to before.
Yeah. So.
Where did you go again to get all that done?
I went downtown Disney.
Downtown, alright.
Yeah.
Oh, the guest services there?
Yeah.
That's where I'm going. Right.
Yeah. Well, I think anyone would probably do it, but yeah.
You'd think so, but I can tell you 4 people who won't. All of them in the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was it. So in other news, D23 happened last weekend, and none of us went, which hopefully I might go the next D23. I think I might take a trip out there.
I'm actually proud to say I didn't go, because they didn't announce anything.
Yeah, they didn't announce anything. They teased a couple things.
Great. I'll be teased. I don't even have to rent a hooker for that.
Yeah. They teased. I think it's the problem, too, is kind of like Jeff said and Ricky Brigani said.
I don't listen to either one.
Quiet. They kind of said, it's a fight between Disney Imagineering and D23 and everything else. One wants them to announce something, the other one says, well, we're not ready, or hey, we want to announce this, but D23 or Disney's like, no, let's not do that and everything. So I don't know. I wasn't there, but just like everyone else, just following like Ricky and Jeff and Tim and what they were doing. Brett doesn't pay attention to the websites. He doesn't really care about Disney, but so I kind of wish they would have announced like actual plans. Give me a freaking model of Avatar Land or something. But
I think the highlight was when somebody had asked Joe Rhodes the question, when are you going to fix the Disco Yeti? And everybody laughed, and he had said something to the effect of, we're going to get it fixed. It's going to be. He was stating that it was going to be done until he caught himself and said, we're actually going to try.
I'm surprised someone in Disney didn't have a trank gun. It was like,
I'm sure that's what happened.
No!
It was a
say
low
we're
dose.
gonna
That's why
fix
he
it.
corrected him. So he's like, we're actually going to try. I actually saw the red dot here.
That's what the earring was. It was
And,
right there.
Yeah. He saw the red dot shine off his earring. He's like, oh, crap. So he backtracked, backpedaled as fast as possible.
Oh, yeah. Tony Baxter, Ricky Brigani interviewed him, I think it was Ricky that interviewed him.
Was he wearing an Inspector Gadget suit?
No,
It wasn't.
stop.
Nope.
But basically he kind of slammed Next Gen, which I thought was kind of hilarious, you know. And then all the core stuff like Bob Iger talking about, oh, don't worry, Figment's not going anywhere, you know.
That was one of the highlights. I think was Tony Baxter's Disney Legend Award acceptance, where basically Bob Iger talked all about imagination and about Dreamfinder and Figment and how we realized the hard way how much you guys love those characters, and basically we effed up when we took them away in the late 90s.
I admit that is a big deal, though. That's cool.
It kind of is, but, you know, words are one thing at a convention.
But I know, but Disney as a whole never accepts their faults. They never make them public. But starting with Epcot's 30th, bringing back Horizon, you know, of course it was a cash grab. It was a cash grab at Epcot's 30th. But the fact that they're bringing back all the Horizons, the Pavilion logos.
And I will say, with the new Test Track overlay, you've got the World of Motion logo plastered everywhere.
They've never done anything.
So it's kind of it's interesting. I hope there's still people in the company that really care about that kind of stuff and want to move forward with something like that. Like I've said before, man, I know we're never going to get 1980s Epcot back. I understand this. I accept this. Just like those people that are still thinking Adventures Club's going to eventually come back. It's not, people. Go home. Find a new plan. It's just like Firefly. It's never coming back on TV. I'm sorry. You know.
Nerd.
You know, I love that show. You shut your mouth. Get your hand off me. God, stop. We're recording. So, it is interesting and everything else, but, and then, you know, the other thing with the Hatbox Ghost, I honestly, who cares? I mean, the Hatbox Ghost, if it was on the original Haunted Mansion Disneyland, it was on there for, what, a hot minute? And, like, really, years ago, I seen a video with Tony Baxter, that had, like, the maintenance card, and it says, ooh, Hatbox Ghost, like, it was there. Like, who cares?
Wow.
You know, but now they're like, it might come back at Disneyland, and then it might actually come back at Tokyo, Disneyland, and then it might hit Magic Kingdom.
Not gonna happen.
You don't think?
Oh, I know it's not gonna happen. Like, I mean, look, what did they do for D23? They took it, exactly what they said, an A100 base model animatronic, slapped a frickin' suit on.
Well, yeah, but that's not going to be the AA that's going to be in the attraction, they said.
But if they were going to do something, they do something more than just slapping a suit on a base animatronic for that. If that was them announcing something, it was a crappy way of doing it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. I think they just did it just for the fans. Just have it for
well, and the thing, too, is the problem with the effect, and just like Mr. Crump's, Roland Crump's, Sea Captain, the effect that they had made, it's not long enough. The Omni-Mover moves too quick for the effect to actually work right. You can't get it to work right. Especially like the Hatbox Ghost, the way they want to do it, or the way it was supposed to work, it just doesn't work on that. Now, if the attraction was a walk around, or like the Hall of the Strange, or whatever that originally was. Museum of the Weird, the way it was supposed to be, then it would work, but it just won't work on an Omni-Mover unless they do projections, you know.
The one thing that
but the thing is like, I love how everyone is so like, Hatbox Ghost. You know, you see all these websites that are dedicated to Haunted Mansion, and they're all Hatbox. Who cares, man? It was on an album cover. Like, it's stupid.
In the Disneyland Haunted Mansion, a handful, maybe a little bit more, but not that many people saw it.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's the thing, is I don't really even know if it was even there. I mean, people say it was there, but I think it's more myth now than anything. Like you know, just imagine this. 30 years from now, we'll be telling children and be like, you know, the Yeti actually moved on Expedition Everest.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, BS, you know?
Well, the thing is, with the Hatbox Ghost, I remember reading numerous places that it was supposed to be there. It was there before it opened, but then it didn't work and it was removed. So technically, the only people who even saw it at all, working or not, were Imagineers or workers of the ride, or people who did.
If they actually did a soft opening,
yeah. But the thing is and let's just say, some people say, well, it was there briefly after it opened. Okay, give you the benefit of the doubt. It was there briefly after it opened. So what? A couple dozen people saw it. So with the hundreds of thousands of people that go to Disney, that, a good portion of them are all clamoring for that Hatbox Ghost. What? 1,000% saw the actual Hatbox Ghost and remember it?
Yeah.
If they even did?
Well, that's the thing. Is like, if it was even a real thing, like, where is it?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
like you pulled it out and did they just scrap it? You know?
How much money do you want Disney to invest in something that you really don't know what it's going to be like?
Yeah.
And the thing that will annoy the living hell out of me is if they do spend a lot of money and put it everywhere they can, then people are going to say, oh, this isn't as good as the real one.
Or
how do you
my,
know?
my big
or
fear...
this isn't good at all.
My big fear is they're going to screw up Haunted Mansion at Magic Kingdom. I don't really care about Disneyland because I don't live out there. Sorry, Jeff.
Suck it.
Yeah, suck it. I'm afraid that they're going to put it in somewhere and just slap it in like Jack Sparrow on Pirates.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing if it could be placed somewhere, I don't know if it'd be long enough to actually view it, but next to the Hitchhiking Ghost.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It would just screw it up, man, because it just doesn't fit,
It's
man.
the attic scene, if anything happens.
Yeah, attic scene, they could do it.
Yeah.
Maybe the stairway scene somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Endless Hall. But but the problem is that would break that effect though if they put it in.
Yeah.
Depending on where they.
Right. Well, you see the reflection in
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
But I don't know. But going back to Magic Bands, you've heard some stories on it.
Going back to Magic Bands, what were we talking about?
Yeah, we talked about Magic Bands with Tony Baxter when he was bashing.
Oh, okay, yeah, wow.
Yeah, sorry.
You can buy one on eBay for $150.
Yeah. Someone was selling one on eBay for
$150. It actually sold. I saw it when it first started. When it was first posted, it was posted for $75. Biz made it up to $150.50.
Wow. What killed me is he's still charging $5 shipping.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But he has to make the box with your name on it and Mrs. Incredible on the outside. That's what he has.
Give you free shipping.
We seen Ryan's Magic Band. It's got his name on it. It's coded for him.
Oh, yeah.
No one's ever going to be able to use it except for you.
Yep, that's exactly right.
So it's stupid.
Yep.
But from what I've heard and us talking and everything, that it's basically leaking money like a sieve right now. They haven't, it's not fully deployed yet, but it's, it was like what, at $1 billion at one point in time, then it ballooned up to $2 billion, and now the rumor is that it's ballooned up to $3 billion that they've spent all this on it already, and Tom Staggs is like losing his shit over it.
I can imagine.
Because they've just come up with problems. Like I was in downtown Disney and I'm using their freaking app and it thinks I'm at Magic Kingdom, and I think I talked about this before, but like my solution would be this: you can get GPS repeaters and basically put them. I think there's such a thing. I think that's how Apple stores do it with their app, because somehow their app knows exactly when I walk in through the front door that I'm at an Apple store, and I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know if it's GPS locator or if it's some kind of weird Wi-Fi mesh network.
GPS.
But have the app put some kind of point of reference in the parks that the app is coded to that knows when you're in that location. Because right now, being in downtown Disney and want to find a restaurant or something like that, it's pointing me to Magic Kingdom. It's freaking pointless at this point. And if Magic Band is reliant on that for your fast passes and everything else, it's the whole system's screwed. And and again, I talked about it on the last show, and I kind of played this whole wait and see attitude, but I'm kind of starting to, I will admit, I'm starting to get annoyed by lines with people getting used to standby and fast passing. And like I said before, this might be a transition period, but I will agree with everyone. It is upsetting. And I do feel bad for people that don't live down here that are planning vacations and spending thousands of dollars to come down and, can't ride on attractions. Is this something we can talk about for the character meet and greet?
Magic Band character.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
You don't know anything about it?
You guys mentioned something about it yesterday. I don't know anything about it.
I thought that was you.
That was not me.
I forget who it was.
That was Anthony. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, one of the rumors that we've heard about Magic Bands also is, and this is not confirmed, so don't take it with a grain of heart or a grain of sand or whatever. And
What?
I don't know.
I said it.
I don't know what the hell we're talking about anymore. But
I hear fireworks.
yeah, wishes going on. Wishes.
Celebrate.
Celebrate.
It's going away.
What is?
I know the parade's gone
The
away.
parade.
No one cares about the
No,
parade.
nobody cares.
Everybody loves the parade.
Everyone hates the parade.
March 13th, I think I heard.
No,
Wait.
March 2014 is when the new parade's going to start.
Oh, so new one's starting.
Potentially, the last showing I think is going to be December 19th. Sorry to get you off track here, but
Are they gonna remove Shake It or whatever the hell?
Mount
it is?
Sakai High is still going to be there, I think.
Oh,
Movie
dear
Second
God.
Celebrated is still going to be there. But the last showing of the Celebrated Dream Come True is going to be on or around the 19th of December, because as we know, the full week of Christmas is they do the Mickey Once Upon a Christmas Time parade.
Right.
And so, potentially the last date is December 19th.
Well, actually, too, for Halloween, they'll do the Halloween one. Don't they have an afternoon
Yeah, but
Halloween
they're
one?
gonna bring back the regular
Yeah,
parade after
yeah.
Halloween. They said that it was going to be by the end of 2013 that they were taking away the parade, so why not take it away that week?
I don't care. I set a torch to it. Who cares? I don't want to celebrate any dreams anymore. I'm anti-Disney now. I live down
Go
here.
start a Universal
I
podcast.
hate it.
SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Universal
Oh,
too.
forget SeaWorld. I gotta see that Blackfish documentary on SeaWorld.
It's racist,
Blackfish?
dude. Yeah, Blackfish. I think it's starting this week, actually, maybe today at Downtown Disney movie theaters.
Really?
Yep, they're playing it now. The documentary about the killer whale that killed its trainer at SeaWorld. Yep, I think it started
Pretty
today.
much what he did.
It's called Blackfish.
Oh, I'm gonna go see it Downtown Disney.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I was very surprised, but I realized who better to show a movie about bashing SeaWorld than Disney World?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a right.
Exactly.
But
No voice.
the rumor we heard. Sorry, the rumor we heard about Magic Bands is that they're actually gonna have a Magic Band only meet and greet for picture taking and everything. Like, how messed up is that?
That will cause riots.
Yeah, like a frontline cast member has to tell someone, no, your child can't get a picture with this character.
You can't afford to stay on Disney property, or you can't afford to stay at a deluxe resort. You don't get to do this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but they already do that with the Disney Visa.
Yeah.
That's only one place.
I don't see this. I don't see this rolling
area.
out to a lot of places. I see this rolling out as you're gonna have the Epcot character spot, which
Yeah.
might have Fast Pass Plus, but you're gonna have one character line that's gonna have the same characters that stand by, and one that's just gonna be a Fast Pass line.
Which again, it's a rumor, and I
Exactly.
And when I heard it, I thought later on, I was like, well, what does it matter? Because once Magic Band's rolled out, everyone's gonna have one. And even a one-day ticket is not going to have a Magic Band, but they're going to have a
RFID card.
Yeah, they're going to have the RFID card. So, I don't know. But attack the interwebs as you will.
It's a rumor.
It's a
We need
free-for-all.
a lot more information to really go nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
I heard Bob Iger cross-dresses. Yeah, I don't know.
That's sad.
I'm going to get this show's going to get canceled by Disney. I know it. Yeah.
I will frame that letter.
Yeah. Bob Iger does not cross-dress. It was only J. Edgar Hoover. Beer's kicking in.
You can tell.
This show is brought to you by...
No.
Hot mackerel.
Okay, if you followed that thread that Hopkins posted about drinking around the world, and I said that Hopkins can't hold his liquor, he's had 1.5 beers and he's already like this.
I'm not drunk.
So
I really am.
So
no, I'm
think accordingly.
I'm really not. Actually, yeah, that I did post that. I did order a breathalyzer that links up to my iPhone just because I'm a nerd and anything.
I had one. I don't know why you want to know.
Yours doesn't hook up to an iPhone.
Whoa.
Anything I can get that hooks up to an iPhone, I'll buy it. I'm a
stick up
sucker
your battery
for that.
case.
Now, that doesn't utilize the same technology as the iPhone GPS.
No, it does it through Bluetooth.
That's gay.
That doesn't utilize the same technology
sorry.
as the iPhone Bluetooth GPS, does it?
No.
Okay, good, because you're screwed if it does.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was my little plan is do a drinking around the world and having them videotape me because I'm an idiot, and going around to the different locations, do a beer round first, and then do a shot round, and then like a wine round, and then a mixed drink round.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
What?
All of that?
No, not all on the same day.
Okay.
No. This would require multiple
I was gonna
sessions.
Multiple
Yeah.
thousands of dollars.
You better bulk up.
Yeah.
You're absorbing all that alcohol.
Yeah, that's
Eat a
yeah.
loaf of bread.
I think I could do the beer one fine.
Oh, the beer one, yeah.
Because there's a lot of them that, like Canada, they have...
Said.
Yeah, or Blue Ribbon or whatever. It's like, oh.
You got
TR.
Pabst in America.
Yeah.
PB.
They get Schlitz. But, yeah, so, D23, didn't announce anything. People hated it. Well, some people...
hate it.
People didn't hate it. Well, the people that went to it, they were like, oh, Disney magic, blah, blah, blah. They did nothing wrong.
And I understand that, but I think a lot of people went to it for the parks to announce something. And I'm looking beyond that. They had so much amazing stuff beyond the parks not announcing anything.
Did you see the video? Yeah, you seen the video. Did you see the video last night of the fortune teller?
Yeah.
Oh
I did see that one, yes.
Yeah, that AI. Oh, I will say this. I will fully admit this. I teared up when me and Spencer watched John Lasseter accept the Legends Award for Steve Jobs, and I might tear up again thinking about it. There was a lot of feels going on.
Lots of feels.
It was very upsetting watching John Lasseter cry accepting that award.
Yeah.
But
You and Spencer watching that, lots of feels. Yeah, it was nowhere to be found. Thank you.
quiet you.
Yeah, but also that Alan Menken, Richard Sherman concert,
Yeah.
the Disney Songbook, amazing. You can watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
That was up there. Just a lot of cool stuff. One thing I found really interesting though was the Disneyland that never was presentation or something, and they showed the recreation of Journey into Imagination. Which is basically the same exact video they showed us at Epcot's 30th D23 presentation, and said they brought it out for this D23.
Yeah.
But why was that in the Disneyland that never was?
Yeah.
That confused me.
This is a super secret Imagination video. We didn't show it at Epcot.
This is basically Martin's video with D23 logo on it. We don't actually have full
The
video
one at
there.
Epcot was Jeff Lang's. This one's Martin Smith's. So they're completely different. There's a couple variations. And spots where we don't have footage, we just put an image of Figment.
Right, exactly.
So, enjoy. Thank you for spending $200 a ticket. How much is D23 anyway?
Yeah, that's not horrible. But you have.
It's under 100. Oh, it's 35 and 85.
Oh,
85 for the one last year.
You gotta get stage pass. Like their fast pass lines for the stage pass or something.
They got fast.
Basically, it's like guaranteed that you're gonna get into the show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would like to go to one just to say I went to one and kind of experience. What I would have liked to see is the Imagineering side of it. They did,
That's how I feel about a Vegas whorehouse. I just go to one just to say I went to one.
God. No. I hate editing this show, so
You don't have
stop.
to edit it.
I'm not going to
Bad
edit
word.
it.
It's
No,
in
I'm
the
going to leave.
dictionary.
Stop. I'm going to leave it in. I hate you people.
I know.
All right,
I will burn this show to the ground.
Imagineering.
No, you have to leave enough so we can pass the torch.
But yeah, we're never passing the torch. I will burn this. I will nuclear implode this thing.
Okay.
But no, I would have liked to see the Imagineering Pavilion where they had the
Open house.
Yeah, where they had the AIs and everything. That kind of stuff I really like.
Yeah. That was pretty sweet. Cool. Cool thing.
Yeah, I was looking up just before you came over, before we started recording, that Tomorrowland movie that's going to come out December 14th, 2014. I really like to know what the hell it's about. But
14.
Yeah, 2014. But you know what's awesome? Hugh Laurie's in it.
Whoa.
House. Yeah. I wonder if he's going to do a British voice or an American voice. But
Just be like 101 Dalmatians again.
No, stop. No.
Who's it with? Oh yeah, Arthur Weasley in that one.
Yeah. But,
Wasn't that Harry Potter's uncle?
Yeah. No.
Harry Potter.
It's that.
Yeah, we didn't get to go over Harry Potter yesterday. I'm very
Fail.
upset.
No, we had to leave.
Yeah.
I was sleeping.
I did go on Transformers though. That was fun.
We did dine in Springfield again though.
Yeah.
Ate at the Duff Gardens brewery.
Yeah, I had a clogger this time, which I think is just like a Krusty Burger.
Just one burger
Yeah,
instead of two.
yeah. The clogger has 2 patties, cheese, bacon, and lettuce and tomato. I don't want a freaking salad with my burger. So
I actually tried the taco truck, Bumblebee's taco
Oh,
truck.
yeah,
Bumblebee guy. It was actually pretty good. It was Korean beef, and it was really tasty.
and that's the thing, man. They freaking did a phenomenal job with Simpsons area. Dude, like we said yesterday, I was telling Anthony, it would be super awesome if they did a Futurama area.
Oh,
That would be awesome.
I would dig that.
Yeah. Brannigan.
Sheesh.
Or a Kif statue.
Great news, everyone.
Yeah. Good news. I would dig that. But
Zoefield Sushi Bar.
it's stuff like that that's really awesome. And then yet again, Transformers like breaks all the time. What the hell is wrong with that? Is it because Universal builds them so
Their
fast?
projectors break down. That's what happens. The
Yeah.
projectors.
But, spend a couple extra dollars. Don't go to Best Buy and buy a projector. Like, get it from a good company.
Crazy.
Buy the performance service plan on them.
Yeah.
You're saving
Yeah.
the money on not having animatronics and just copy and pasting every ride from the park to.
I realized
Spider-Man.
The second time I went through it, when it was working, I enjoyed it more than the first time.
Yeah.
The Transformers ride, it's a ride you do have to go on more than once. Because
Yeah.
the first time you go, it's happening so fast, it's really hard to keep track of what the hell's going on.
Well, I don't know if I'll ever be able to go on it again because the damn thing keeps breaking.
You just have to wait 3 different times for 45 minutes apiece
Yeah.
to finally get you through.
When the single rider line is shut down.
That
what
was
the hell
awesome.
is that?
I know. When do you think you're going to be able to have that fixed? Because it's so difficult to move the chain.
Yeah. I don't know. But it is what it is. Whatever.
Someone was saying that because what will happen is so many people will go on the single ride.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true. I wish Disney would do that more often because you'll find a whole Brazilian tour group going in the single rider line.
Yeah.
And making the wait
not
3 hours.
Single country, single rider.
Exactly, and they'll make the wait for the single rider 3 hours
Yeah.
because they're idiots.
Speaking of tour groups, tour group report. They seem to be dying down.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dying down, yeah, it's completely gone now.
Yeah, they're
Dwindling.
dwindling. But they'll come back in force.
Yes.
Do not plan a vacation in July. Don't move to Orlando in July. Don't plan a vacation in July. Unless you love tour groups. Brazilian tour groups. Singing and chanting and doing what they do.
Since you didn't record me this year, next year, I'm sure I will have other people be willing to record me, and I will.
I would never
get them
record
going.
you
I
doing
know.
that kind of stuff
I
in the
will
park.
get them going, and then I will walk away with a big smile.
Alright.
Actually, one time I went, and it was 20 minutes before the parade during the day, and judging by the multicolored shirts, I'm guessing there was about 7 different tour groups, and that would have been awesome to just walk by and get every single tour group going.
Yeah.
And then just kept
Yeah, dude, I will never go in the park when you do that. That's fine. I don't want to instigate them. Don't engage the tour groups.
They're sitting, waiting for the parade. They're not going anywhere.
Never engage the tour groups.
Get them going and then walk away.
No.
It's like being a grandparent. You get to get the kids all riled up on sugar and other stuff,
so
and then
wrong.
give back to the parents and go back home.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, that's fine. You're touching me. Stop
I like
touching
it.
me.
I like it.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Is that everything?
Yeah.
All right.
Not much.
All right. Well, you know.
Oh, wait.
What? Oh.
Get more stuff?
Driving to your apartment to record this episode, I went through Disney property through the 192 to World Center Drive entrance, and passing under the Walt Disney World sign, the S was out.
Yes. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Walt Disney World.
Walt Disney World. Welcome to Walt Disney World.
Yes. Speaking of another minor fail, was
The sinkhole.
no, that's
Oh.
we actually, it was funny because the night before we ate at Bahama Breeze, it was not even a
Yeah.
mile away from there.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. Yeah. For any of you that give a crap if me and Brett are alive, It happened on the west side of property. We're on the east
Or
side of
Spencer.
property.
Spencer lives on the west side of property.
Yeah, Spencer's okay.
You're the disposable. family.
For the most part.
Aww.
His ear got damaged.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Ear got sucked in a little bit.
but that landslide
very
did freak
scary.
me out.
I
That's-
give Adam the Woo credit for getting such good.
Oh,
footage
yeah,
of that.
yeah.
That was phenomenal.
If you haven't seen it, I posted on the Fanboys group. Watch Adam Woo's videos. Subscribe to his channels. It wasn't a daily woo. It was a regular on his regular channel. It's an awesome video. It's funny, man. He went out with his dad and everything. That's pretty freaking cool.
And
Yeah.
like the one guy that was knowledgeable in the field was doing interviews.
Yeah,
Adam
yeah.
got the first interview with
Yeah.
him before anybody else.
Yeah.
And then, like, when he got to the point, he was actually pretty further in than the average person would
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
But then when he got to the point where he couldn't get any further, it was all media, he
Yeah.
went for a stroll and
Yeah.
wound up going in the back way, which he has so much experience
Yeah.
in on different properties.
Did he get
went
banned from the sinkhole?
and
He got banned from the sinkhole. He's no longer allowed at the
and
sinkhole.
he was like right there. I mean, if he wanted to, I know he wouldn't have, but if he wanted to, he could have just
Jump in.
crossed the yellow tape because there's nobody
Yeah.
near it.
Yeah.
You know, you could just cross the yellow tape and walk down.
Which was weird. Like, he was showing video of it, and like, there's no police surrounding it or nothing.
Nobody.
There's just yellow tape. It's like
It's common sense, I think.
right, but still,
Yeah.
the maintenance people that are way off down the other end, but they're just watching.
yeah. It's not my problem. I'm not working overtime
And
to
like
fix
I,
this.
Like I dropped my Woo sunglasses. Can I go get them in the hole?
Yeah, but that is scary.
Very scary. Luckily, nobody was injured.
Florida might collapse into the ground.
It happens.
Yeah, that's so weird. That
Instead
Yeah.
of being an island that floats out to sea, it's going to be like
more
a swimming pool.
and more. I'm thinking moving from Ohio was a bad idea because we really don't have
You
problems.
got
Like,
11 months left on your lease.
yeah, but the problem is like where I lived, we didn't get tornadoes a lot. We didn't get like weird lightning storms.
No, but
It
you
didn't
had
rain
whack-
every
you had
day.
whack jobs that kidnap you and lock you in the basement. for
That's
a
in
year.
Cleveland. That's not in my
That's
county.
Ohio.
Fun
You said
times in
Ohio.
Cleveland today. It's Cleveland.
We're not Detroit, okay? And we don't have earthquakes unless it's from fracking, which is evil.
Frack.
And fracking will destroy our water table. Don't listen to the politicians that say it's safe. That's all I'm saying. That's my personal opinion.
Apple
by
TV,
the
I'm sure.
by the time this episode will air, Captain Cook's restaurant at downtown Disney will be closed,
And we will have been
and we
there.
will have been there
We will be
last
there.
night.
Last night we're
We,
going.
we should videotape.
Oh, we will. We'll take photos and
Yeah.
You
Saturday.
might want to think twice because I plan on talking to a few waitresses while I'm there.
No,
Well,
don't do
this
that.
will-
You tell me
last
no all
night.
you want. I love when you tell me no. Like that's.
I'm hoping they just
You
give
know
us
what?
a shit ton of food. Cause
Anyways, to finish what I was saying a minute ago.
After the Monorail incident, I still owe you one.
Oh, you don't owe me crap.
Oh, I owe you one.
No.
Yes.
Nope.
You'll get it.
Driving through to get to the other side of property today, they were doing an exercise at the set of lights outside of Golden Oaks. And they had, the lights were flashing, the stoplight was flashing, and there was a security guard on
yeah.
each, not the corner, but right in the middle of the road, each way. And what he would do is he had the orange lights, one in each hand, the cone flashlights,
Yeah.
and he would wave people on with them straight up and down, or make an X when he wanted people to stop. Well, I'm watching, and they're letting people through, and I see there's a truck is coming from the left, and he stopped, and the guy who was directing our flow of traffic waves everybody through, and the guy who is directing the truck's flow of traffic starts waving him through at the same time. And the truck, like everybody starts going, and they both stopped in the middle of the intersection before there was an accident. And it was funny watching the expression on security, since they felt so out of place.
Stop touching my stuff. Yeah.
We lost you about what, 2 minutes ago?
Oh, I'm listening
Oh.
with my other ears.
Yeah.
That's
Bumble ball?
Alright,
Alright, you're just weird.
all right. Well, that looks like it'll be it for this. That'll be it for this
I think
week's
they all
episode.
checked out 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, we're kind of checked out. So,
No, I'm talking about the listeners,
oh,
viewers.
whatever. They love us. Well, except for the Brett.
Oh.
They're not a big
The
fan.
Brett.
Oh.
The Brett.
The Brett.
Yeah. So,
Right there.
looks like that'll be it for this week's episode.
Woohoo!
Join us again next week.
Thanks.
Maybe.
Thanks for stopping by. Thank you for the download.
It's been real.
Thanks for the download.
And now's the time we do what?
Now's the time when we dance.
We need to do rave music
This is when we
for
put Hopkins' Monorail video in there.
when we did.
I told him that. I told him at the end of the video, have like 30 seconds of our logo just be there, and then put that video in.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
Do the Party Boy video.
Yep.
Well, it looks like that'll be it for this week's episode. If you have any questions or comments for us, you can send us a message using our Contact Us link on our homepage, or you can send us an email directly at questions@WDWFanboys.com. If you'd like to help us promote the show, every post on our page offers a one-click link to Facebook and Twitter. Just click the links on our site to let your friends know that you enjoy our podcast and blog posts. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at WDW Fanboys, or join our Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/WDW Fanboys. And while you're at it, head over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. And remember, if you're shopping on Amazon.com, don't forget to navigate to our Amazon links on our homepage. It doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does help us out, because every purchase you make through our links lets us receive a portion of your purchase price, which in turn helps improve show content and helps with running costs. And remember, if you do spend more than $1,000 worth of merchandise in a 12-month period, let us know, and we'll send you a free Fanboys t-shirt. Have a good one. Don't forget to join us again next week.